A very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on Channel 1 mtv. We start off with a look at the headlines. Women to be provided jobs in their CTV as conductors and drivers. Government focuses attention on amending the Land Act. And NATO airstrikes kills 85 civilians in Libya. President Mahinda Rajapaksa is to officially open the Sri Lanka Study Centre at the Foreign Studies University in Beijing, China tomorrow.
According to the President's media unit, President Mahinda Rajapaksa will be the chief guest at the event to mark 50 years since the establishment of the Single Language Centre at the Foreign Studies University in Beijing. Subsequent to the opening of the Sri Lanka Study Centre, students will be able to learn about the Single language and culture and engage in research. The Minister of External Affairs will also be present at the opening ceremony. President Mahinda Rajapaksa is in China on a 4-day official visit.
Well, a bus service exclusive for women was launched this morning. The bus service was inaugurated by the Minister of Transport. This new bus service will operate between Kottava and Fort. It will commence its journey at 7 a.m. Minister of Transport Kumar Welgamer speaking news first stated that bus services of this nature will be introduced on all main routes in the near future.
Ladies will be able to travel on these buses without any discomfort. In the future, we hope to deploy female bus drivers as well as conductors on these buses. We hope to deploy these buses on all main routes. We are planning to deploy 5 luxury buses on the new highway as well. One of these buses will be for women only.
A group of journalists were given a tour of the Southern Highway, which is to be opened to the public in the near future.
The Southern Highway between Kottava and Galle covers a length of 95.2 kilometers and has 4 lanes. Each lane has a width of 3.5 meters. While the minimum speed on the Southern Highway has not been announced as yet, the maximum speed has been set at 100 kilometers per hour. The Southern Highway consists of 8 entries and exit points and also the longest bridge in Sri Lanka, spanning a length of 695 meters across the Benthara River.
Western Province Health Director Dr. Amal Harsh-D'Silva stated that steps have been taken to spray the BTI bacteria using a new method to prevent a dengue epidemic in the Dehiwala and Wellumpity areas.
He stated that the mosquito population has increased due to rain. Dr. Amal Harsh-D'Silva further requested the public to be aware of the situation at hand. He further added that the new BTI bacteria has been introduced in a donut shape and once mixed in the water will be effective for 1 month. He also added that this new kind of BTI bacteria will be used to destroy all mosquito larvae.
Well, Minister of Land and Land Development Janaka Bandar Thennakoon says that he intends to amend the existing Land Act. He made this comment at a media briefing held in Colombo yesterday.
The briefing was held to introduce a program aimed at strengthening land management activities in the northeast. The ministry points out that many issues have cropped up over the ownership of land in these areas. The Land and Land Development Ministry states that subsequent to carrying out preliminary investigations, the original owners of these lands will be provided with their respective properties through the divisional secretaries. This may be a blessing in disguise. Those who did not have deeds in the northeast will be provided with deeds within 2 years under this special program. The original owners will be given their respective properties irrespective of any differences. We intend to amend the Land Act, taking into account the problems that have arisen. In most cases, only the eldest son has the power over these lands and the daughters do not have any right. We want to rectify this human rights violation as soon as possible.
ඊට මේ අයිතිය. ගෑනු ළමයෙකුට කිසිම අයිතියක් නැහැ. ඉතින් අපි මානව හිමිකම් උල්ලංඝනය කිරීමක් ඒක වෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා අපි ඒක වෙනස් කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
The first Rondoli Perhera of the Asala Festival paraded the streets of Kandy last night. Tusker Indi Raja carried the casket during the Perhera. The first Rondoli Perhera paraded the streets at the auspicious time of 7:55 p.m. facing the east. Tusker's Vasana and Vavaladeni Raja were among the Tuskers that paraded the streets. The Perhera wounded its way along DSA Nanaka Street, Templars Road, Colombo Street, a repair work on the main water supply line that was damaged in Mahargama along the high-level road has commenced. General Manager of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, Pathuraja Rama Vikrama, says that the repair work can be completed by around 10 p.m. tonight. The main water line carrying water from Kalatu to Dehiwala was damaged due to the ongoing road construction work. Issuing a communique, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board stated that the water supply will be disrupted to areas such as Burlasgamu, Matteguda, Palannavatta, Rukmalgama and Kasbeva. Meanwhile, area residents report that a water pipeline along the Burlasgamu-Dehiwal road has been removed. When we made inquiries in this regard from the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, it was revealed that a section of this particular pipe had come off as a result of the breakdown in the main pipeline. An international conference to promote nutrition in Sri Lanka will be held in Colombo today. 130 representatives from 11 Southeast Asian countries will participate in the conference. The conference will be held under the auspices of Health Minister Maithripala Sirisena. The Minister of Health stated that the main objective of the conference is to enhance nutrition levels in the country. Well, the first one-day international between Sri Lanka and Australia is set to get underway at the Palikale International Cricket Stadium today. We now have Sports Viz Mahana Bongso, who caught up with the national curator for an update on the pitch for today's game.
I'm here at the Palikale International Cricket Stadium, which will host the opening one-day international between Sri Lanka and Australia in the 5-match one-day series. To find out more about the pitch, I have with me here the National Curator of Sri Lanka Cricket, Mr. Anuruddha Polonovita. Now, Ms. Polonovita, we saw two 2020 encounters being played at the same venue, which Sri Lanka won 2-0. Is it the same pitch that is being used for this one-day international as well?
No, we have prepared a new pitch, and that pitch looks really good. It's quite hard and firm, less grass. I think there'll be a lot of runs on this pitch. As the previous two games we played, there was a lot of runs, and it was a very competitive game. I think the same thing will happen here, because both sides have good batting lineups. So in that case, I think a lot of runs will come on this pitch, and it will be a good game to watch by the spectators.
And also now there's not many international matches being played here, although this was a World Cup venue. Taking into account the pitch, how would you see the captains, the decision the captains would make after they win the toss, and how is it to chase runs down in this pitch?
I think the pitch looks quite dry and quite hard. That's why I said earlier. And there'll be a lot of runs. And whoever who win the toss, I think, will bet on this pitch, because there'll be a lot of runs and looks really good. And it will be a very tight match, because both sides are very good teams and with a lot of betting in both sides.
How would the conditions be here in the night, especially when the team who is batting second has to chase a score down in this pitch?
I don't think there'll be any that amount of difference in the night, and even if it rains, we are quite prepared with 100 workers to cover the whole ground, and we can do so within about 10 minutes. I think the game could start much earlier, because we are prepared for that, and I think there won't be much difference in the afternoon or in the evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Polonovita, for joining us today and giving us a pitch report ahead of the match. There you go. Those were the thoughts of the National Curator of Sri Lanka Cricket, Mr. Anuruddha Polonovita. Stay tuned to Sports First as we bring you the details of the one-day international between Sri Lanka and Australia, which gets underway at approximately 2:30 right here at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. This is Mahira Bongzu reporting for Sports First from Pallekele.